Hello everyone, welcome to Real English Online. My name's Liam and today I'm here to help you with your Ielts test in the speaking part 3. Okay, so what is this part of the test? In part 3, in part 2 they're going to ask you to talk about something like maybe something that you bought. Part 3 is going to be a continuation of this part and they're going to ask you some harder questions, maybe about consumerism or buying things. If part 2 is about sports, then part 3 will be probably something to do with about sports or competition or something like this. So part 2 and part 3 are nearly always related. So you have a kind of idea of the questions that are coming even before part 3 starts. So in this part of the test, they're going to ask you questions that are going to encourage you to speak at length. So they'll ask you something, what are the advantages and disadvantages of this? And you're going to have to analyze the advantages and the disadvantages, both of them, not just one side. They'll also ask you things that you don't know the answer to, like what you think technology will be like in 30 years. Or something like this, where obviously you don't know the answer and you're gonna have to, give it your best shot. So these are difficult questions which are gonna push your level a little bit, but again, it's a great part of the exam and it's a really good part for you to impress the examiner. And I'm gonna give you some tips to help you do this. Alright, so my first tip is obviously listen very carefully to the question. You've all probably practiced lots of Ielts exams with your teachers or your online tutors and things like that. So you've answered a lot of questions. And a common mistake is because you've been speaking about and talking about sports before, when you're asked a question and it's about sports again, you kind of say something that you've already said before. And every question, just like every essay, has a slightly different emphasis, and you have to listen very carefully to the question. If you're not sure, ask the examiner to repeat it. Just say, I'm sorry, can you repeat the question for me? Make sure you're answering the question. If you don't answer the question, the examiner can't give you marks, even if he or she wants to, because you're off topic. Okay, so listen very carefully to that question. And secondly, make sure you answer it at length. So if they ask you for the benefits and the drawbacks of something, don't just talk about one good thing and one bad thing. You could talk about several good things and several bad things, and this automatically will help you speak for longer and also organize your answers as well. So it helps you get a lot of marks. Thirdly, use examples. Okay, so if you've said something, you can use an example to prove what you're saying. This will allow you to use an amazing amount of vocabulary, and you won't even realize how much vocabulary you're using, and also it'll help you again lengthen your answers. Expressions are also important during this part of the exam. It's good to learn some standard expressions or expressions that you feel comfortable using. At the start of your sentence, you can always say, in my opinion, on the one hand, on the other. All these classic expressions, you need to sit down and make sure you're incorporating or using these in this part of the test. Again, they really help you organize your answer. And if you haven't already got it, give organized responses, as I've said a million times during this video. Organize, 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 because they will be looking at your discourse management and various things like this. Okay, so good luck with this part of the exam. Again, a lot of practice. Find a mirror or find someone that you can practice with. Get someone you know to ask you questions. There's tons of Ielts exams out there in part 3s, and get practicing them and really think how you could improve these answers and expand them and organize them using some beautiful vocabulary. And if you do this, I guarantee you'll score some very good marks in this part of the test. Now, as usual, if you have any questions or anything like this, please feel free to comment or ask me on the website, whatever you like, and I'll try my best to answer them. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys, and good luck in your exams. Bye.